Well, I know it's late in the season and it's just been too many things in our lives that have prevented us from planting this garden to the end. A year ago, this was done over a month ago, I believe. But anyway, this is where our melons are going to finally go. You can see I just hilled the soil up. I got 3 across here and 3 across here and 3 across here and 3 across here to the end. We're going to put butternut squash down there. We got black plastic that we're going to put over this because the weeds are just so horrible that once the vines run, you can't do anything about it and it's just chaos. So we're going to put black plastic at least over the melons. And I've run the drip lines. I put extra drippers to make sure each mound gets wet. We've checked the lines. It's all dripping. We're going to cover it with plastic. Well, the rabbits this year have been horrible. And so I had to take my fence that I put around this poor man's compost pile, but it'll stand on its own now. You can see it's got a little substance to it, and I'll weed whack that stuff around the bottom and get it up with the lawnmower. I'll spin you around here, see what's update. 9-day vacation passed really quick. I'm watering all my tomatoes, not all of them, that row up there has already been watered, but these 39 tomatoes are being watered and I don't have to hold a hose. I took the end off this compost pile, and what I'll do is dig down in here because there was a lot of corn stalks and okra stalks in here, and if there's anything in there that's really too big for compost, I will take it and put it on that pile over there and cover it with grass as I cut it. The tomatoes are coming along. We're going to have a tomato, but nobody eats these. Today's the 30th of June, a Sunday, and we generally have a cherry by the 4th of July. And I might pick the 2 upper ones because the birds might peck at them, or a 2-legged person might peck at them. They were hurt by all the rain, but this one's over my head. And the rest of them are slowly getting up there. And the other day we had one that was on the 16th. And I showed you where it was on the 20th last year of May. And it was here, and now it's up to here. The cucumbers are starting to have flowers, and there are a few cukes set on them. We planted that. When we put cloches on the beans, the rabbits ate my cucumbers that we planted in those 2 spots. And you can see them, they're sparse, the ones they didn't eat. But we've replanted all the way to the end. And the beans we've covered with a 2-foot fence. Swing back around here. That one is covered with a 2-foot fence to keep the rabbits. Man drove down this road over here. It's a block long, and he counted 8 rabbits in half a block. And so there, our second planting of beans after the rabbits ate them all. We've got netting and wire up there for them to climb on. The garden is complete, it's planted, everything's done. We had to put netting on the beans over there by the compost pile. The okra are slowly starting to grow. I'd have to look it up, but I bet you if we planted those over a month ago, they should be 2 or 3 times that big. The squash, a few in the middle, have some size to them, but they're all pathetic looking. The peppers are slowly starting to put out some foliage. We planted pole beans on that end of that bed. We salvaged that little cuke, and we'll have cukes off of it in about a week or so. We've tried to weed as much as we could. We've got a lot of Roma tomatoes. We covered our melon and butternut squash patch with plastic. Right now I've got the boards, I've got the pins to pin this down so the wind won't blow it away, but we just don't have time to plant it, to put those in. And I don't want my salt treated lumber to warp in the sunshine. But at least, as I back up here, folks, it's all finally planted and done. So now we needed some hot weather. It's supposed to maybe rain 2 or 3 days and then get hot and dry like most summers. That's it from our little place. We're getting ready to go home so my wife can go to bed early and go back to the mill and keep working.